Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From breathtaking Pebble Beach, California, it's live third-round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Beautiful weather here in this early February fixture for golf fans, and if you're locked in winter's vice grip, well, this represents a bit of hope on the horizon as we check the leaderboard. Our leader here on Saturday is our featured golfer. He's got a sizable advantage here as he looks to increase it further.
First swing of the day, doesn't find the fairway, but the first cut is absolutely fine.
Okay, that's acceptable there. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And that's going to move him to 24 under par. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich, off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
That is just a beautiful shot. Definitely within range of getting home in two. This, his second. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
So now eyeing this one for birdie. Yes, can't ask for a better start to a round than this. It is back-to-back birdies at 1 and 2. And he's got it to 25 under par now. On to the 397-yard par 4 third, where some players drive it over the trees on the left to cut the dogleg, while others play it more conventionally. This is a pretty hole, the third, 397 yards, just a gentle dogleg to the left. And you do have the option, if you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dogleg, leaving yourself very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. All right, in the fairway. So the great tee shot left him here. Now his second from relatively close range. And that's going to leave some work, but it'll end up okay. This is a 13-footer. That is well judged, straight into the cup. It's a birdie here at number 3. And with that, his score moves to 26 under par. Wow, a day's worth of breathtaking shots, Frank, from the players and the Pacific Ocean. There it is, and this begins that beautiful 7-hole stretch along the ocean. Short, par 4, 4th hole.
And this is also where some of these decisions become quite critical. Do you try and drive this green 330 yards to the front, or do you worry about that little pot bunker on that left side, which is about 250 yards to get over it, because that's what narrows this fairway down. But it plays uphill.
And that one not going to stop in time. It'll roll all the way into the bunker. The tee shot collected here, now a short one for his second. Yeah, big explosion. Got it to stop quickly, and that will be a birdie opportunity coming up. Not much to that. It is a birdie here at 4, and that's going to move him to 27 under par. We arrive now at the 189-yard par 3 called the New Fit. Despite being redesigned by Jack Nicklaus late last century, the safest play here is to the left center of the green. You don't want to make a habit of it. In the bunker again off the tee. "105 yards out. Yeah, much better there. That one drops for his double bogey. And fortunately, with a big lead already, very little damage done. Frank, here we are. Another good scoring opportunity, the dramatic par 5 6th.
It's easy to have that view of Stillwater Cove on the right, but that, needless to say, is not the place to go. Those 5 bunkers down the left really determine your strategy off the tee. Plus, you're playing from elevation, nearly 20 yards extra off the tee. So that run out at 360 at the end of the fairway, believe me, that's in play. So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. Second shot from the rough at the par 5 6th hole. You cannot help but think about what Tiger Woods did here in 2000 on his way to winning the U.S. Open. It was one of the greatest shots in the history of the sport. 7-iron from about 200 yards, thick rough. He just lashed at it, muscled it up the hill. And Roger Maltby, the announcer, said, "It's just not a fair fight." He was right. A birdie chance if he can knock one in close. His third from the bunker. Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. This from 7 feet.
Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. And he will definitely not say no to that. Well, this is the one you dreamed about, isn't it? Just a little baby wedge that kisses the clouds and drops softly on that tiny green here at the 7th. You and your maker, there's nothing better in the world than to be playing the 7th hole and playing it well here at Pebble Beach. Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
This is left all the way. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Ball sitting in the heavy stuff to the left of the fairway. Got a couple options. Most likely going to have to play out left of the green. Going to be difficult to get the ball on the surface. Another option is to consider a layup.
That's a good shot out of the rough. Really controlled the lack of spin out of the grass. Ball didn't jump either, so did not go over the green.
Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Well, there is a slope that you need to take into consideration. It's going to break down the slope a little from right to left. Not an easy one.
Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and he'll remain well in control of this tournament. We finished the front side with what is often considered the most difficult hole at Pebble Beach, 483-yard par 4 9th, ocean, all down the right, and bunkers and deep rough on the left. No room for error here. So often we talk about needing precision off the tee, and this is how you do it. That is dead center. Just 90 yards remaining here for his second into the par 4. And this is looking really good.
Now, there was a good strike in there, just a little left of the hole, but inside 10 feet. And it's about 50-50 chance on the PGA Tour of making a birdie.
Now, that's a good opportunity, unfulfilled. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And that is going to finish off a 3-under front side as they go out in 32.
Start of the inward half and another big and bold par 4, Frank, with the ocean yet again running the entire length of that right side.
Yeah, you call it the ocean, I call it the world's largest water hazard. But look again on the other side of the fairway, and you'll see those 3 bunkers. Needless to say, they have to be avoided. But you do actually have to hit your tee shot just inside those, because once again, you've got a fairway that tilts left to right.
This one starting a little left off the tee. Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. Now this, for birdie at 10.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
That's the way to start the backside. A perfect read. It's a birdie at number 10. Will certainly help the cause. Now we come to the 11th hole, and now the golf course heads up and inland, away from the water. Only 370 yards, best to be on the left side of the fairway. That will then open up the approach into what is one of the smaller greens here at Pebble Beach. That will do just fine. So from a little more than 70 yards, this is second. All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. He ran in a long one a moment ago. This as well from downtown for another birdie. Oh, that looked good the whole way. Very nicely done. So that brushed in for par here at 11. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead.
First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12th, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that, that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Oh, the hands came through beautifully there. Good thump of the sand and a good chance to save par. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll remain at 27 under. Here we are at Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee. Oof. So a poor result on the tee shot. Now he'll dig in with his second to the par 4.
Not the best shot we've seen today, but when you consider that was hit out of the fairway bunker, it certainly gets a pass grade.
A birdie opportunity here at 13.
And this putt's going to want to go left all day long. It's back up the slope as well.
Ten-foot putt left. Well judged. That is in for par here at 13. And he'll stay right where he is.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta.
Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. Going to take a big poke to get there, but a chance with his second to the par 5.
That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. Really need a birdie right now.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. That's how you play this 14th hole. That's in for birdie. And he moves to 28 under par. You may have heard of the 17-mile drive near Pebble Beach. It's scenic. It is one you absolutely want to put on your bucket list, but you don't want to get there by chasing a tee shot onto the road. That's what can happen if you blow it way right here at 15, if you do keep it in play. At 393 yards, this 15th hole is absolutely one on which you can make a birdie. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Good chance to get one in close from here. This, his second. Okay, on the green, but that's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. Now this for another birdie. Nope. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he's going to stay 28 under par.
Par 4, 16th hole. Frank, what's the right play off the tee?
You don't need driver here for a start, Rich. It's a long iron or even, a fairway wood. Now, you see that big gaping bunker in the middle of the fairway? That's not really in play. 205 yards gets over that. But that's the line. If you look closely up the right there, those two bunkers, you just see a little sliver of the bunker, the left of the two on the right. That's sort of a no-no. So anything slightly left of that runs out about sort of 280 yards, that is prime.
Well, that's down there pretty far, but it's going to wind up in the bunker. Oh, and how about this? It is another bunker hit off the tee. And that is not the first time we've said that. It's happened with regularity. All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play.
Sizable putt from 16 feet.
Okay, not a bad read there on the left to right. It just comes up a little short. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he'll remain right where he is. If you stop for just a moment, it can really hit you where you are and what's happened here. This 17th hole at Pebble Beach, the par 3. Jack with a 1-iron that hit the flagstick in 1972 on his way to winning the U.S. Open Championship. And then a decade later, Tom Watson from just long of the green, chipping in for a birdie to beat Jack Nicklaus. Yeah, history made here at the 17th hole. Okay, front left portion of the green and an outside look at birdie from there. Chance now for another birdie.
A great deal of success on the greens thus far, but this one's going to be a challenge.
That was low from the start. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll stay right where he is.
Wow, California's still golden, depending on the view. And Frank, this one is hard to beat. 18th tee at Pebble Beach. Here we are.
It's a stunning hole, Rich. Not only a great par 5 because you have to make decisions on whether or not you want to go for this green in 2, but just how picturesque it is. The bunkers you obviously see down the left, just slightly right of the water. But those trees, the one especially in the middle of the fairway that you have to navigate with a tee shot, and the one short if you decide to lay up.
Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot.
This par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie.
This from about 10 feet.
Nah, that's going to slide by to the left. Good work to get into that position, but couldn't finish it off. So a bit of a letdown here at 18, but it is a par. And that's going to be a third-round score of 67. So a final look at the leaderboard, and this has just been a runaway so far. Our featured golfer miles in front with 18 left to play.
I'm still scratching my head trying to find the difference between, a featured player and the rest of the field, but it's just better off the tee, better approach shots, better putting, different league.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notable Gay III, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds, I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone.